Let's complicate this problem. A little bit more unknown on what, a little bit more unknown on how. These kind of problems, they are called complicated problems. Okay, back to your car, driving and singing again. Next gas station, you have fixed your tire also. Okay, started moving in, started enjoying. All right, and starting at getting into the nice hilly areas. So I can change my background picture to some hilly areas now. Okay, so getting into some nice hilly areas, enjoying driving, singing. Suddenly, what happens? Smoke, 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 smoke from the bonnet. Stop the car first. Your life is in danger. Get out of the car first. Okay, switch off the car. Get out of the car. Done. What next? How do you solve this problem? How do you solve it?
You open the radiator, check for water levels, what's going
Sorry.
on. If there is no water,
Yeah.
you put in some water.
So
The
that's
car cool
probably
down.
one way of solving problem. That's a simple problem. That radiator water got over.
But you cannot check the
Radiator also
radiator.
is
The
full.
car
Now
is
what?
hot that time. If you wanna check the radiator, you'll be burned.
Yeah. That is very difficult to,
And
realistically speaking, can me and you can do anything about this problem really?
If we let the car cool off,
Sorry, buddy.
if we let the car cool off, we might be able to check the fluids. But if there's a hole in the radiator or something like that, then it's gonna be a little bit more complicated.
You can't fix it. So what do you need to fix this kind of a problem? You will need a mechanic. You will need a help of a roadside assistance here. So if you don't have the signal, then go climb up the hill and get the signal. Or you take a ride from somebody else and go get the mechanic. So here you are going to need an expert. Realistically, this is not a simple problem where you can just set up steps and execute the steps. You are going to need an expert. Now, what does the expert do? The expert classifies the problem. The word is classification. Is this a Toyota? Is this a Ford? Is it a Nissan? Which gadi? Which car is this? Oh, looks to be a Toyota. In Toyota, which model is this? Oh, looks to be a Toyota Corolla. In Corolla, these are the possible 5 reasons why problems come. This looks to be the third reason. Literally goes to a point and says, sir, look, this gasket is worn out. If I replace this gasket, I think everything will be okay. You might be thinking, how did this guy know? Because this guy is an expert, been there, done that. So literally the guy has a matrix in his mind. This problem, this solution, this problem, this solution. You and me don't have this matrix. That guy has, because that guy is an experienced fellow. This guy is an expert. And that's why he's able to give you solution. You know how this problem is solved now? You classify the problem and you start executing it. Now you go to a car mechanic workshop and then maybe what I'm going to say next, it resonates with you. You go to car mechanic workshop, the expert mechanic actually never solves the problem. The expert mechanic outsources it. So he calls the junior mechanics. Hey, Pandu, Gundu, you come here. Allocation of the work. Pandu, you do this. Gundu, you do this. Allocation of the work. And the junior mechanics actually solve the problem. The senior again comes at it later and says, all right, good. I think you have resolved it. Good job, good job. And give me the money, sir. Now, here, what I've described here is this problem statement was divided into smaller pieces in which the expert tried to find out what the solution was. Once the solution is found out, he outsourced it to the junior people and the junior people executed it. So do you see what expert is doing? The expert, using his expertise and experience, is converting a complicated problem to a simple problem. And a simple problem is set of steps, execute the steps. The junior fellows are basically following the steps and executing it. Complicated problem is problem that is defined as something that you can take an expert and convert it into a simpler problem. A lot of IT companies actually have a lot of these complicated problems getting solved. I'll give an example. In IT companies, any company you take, IBM, Accenture, TCS, Infosys, any IT company, do you see they use a model called as on-site offshore model? Now think about it, how they're going to use this model or why they are able to use this model. Let's say the problem statement is sitting in California. Now what they do is they put a layer of experts in California. What is their job? Their job is not to do. Their job is to think. So the people in California, they are supposed to convert the complicated problem into simple problem. And then they are going to take the simple solution, whatever you found out, and they're going to ship it to Bangalore. Bangalore is just an example. It could be Beijing, it could be Manila, it could be Mumbai, whatever. Bangalore, an offshore location. Now there's a project manager sitting at offshore. So that person takes the solution, puts it on a plan, put a lot of junior engineers on the plan, and executes it to closure. So do you see what a person sitting in California is doing? That person is supposed to be expert, right? So that person is taking a complicated problem and converting into a simple problem here. And the people here in Bangalore are basically solving a simple problem by putting it on a plan and executing it. IT companies have made billions of dollars out of this kind of problems, and industry is full of them. Still, Scrum is not required here. Waterfall works beautifully here. It's just that you need to have a thinker-doer model here. Thinker thinks, doer does. Separate out the thinking and separate out the doing. And you must have heard many people, when they are in Bangalore, if they want to go to California, the boss will say, you will not go to California to do coding and testing. You have to go to California to think. And the coding and testing will only be done in Bangalore. You are supposed to go and think, engage, find out the solution. So you are going to be the senior person there. And you have to get the solutions and transfer the solutions here to Bangalore. And we're going to execute it here in Bangalore. You're not going to go there for doing coding testing. If you want to do coding testing, you sit in Bangalore. You don't go to California. Waterfall still works here. We don't need anything else here. Let's go to the extreme end of the spectrum here. So that means I'm talking about really the end here. Nothing is known about what and nothing is known about how.